I'm just gonna go without a pinky nail. Please cut that, future me. Please take that out. I don't want that in here. What's up, guys? Welcome to my second ever YouTube video. I'm very excited about it. I just want to start off by kind of explaining what I want to do with my channel, because in my first video I made bread cake and it was a lot. It was a lot. That video was unscripted, obviously, but I also want to try and do some more unscripted content. So I'm going to try and every other week do a scripted thing, and then, you know, we could take some breaks with some unscripted silly stuff. I can't promise it'll always be baking, because you know how that goes for me. Anyways, so today we're going to be talking about a movie on my favorite platform of all time for streaming, Tubi. You heard of her? Tubi is this completely free streaming service that has a few gems at times, but mostly has like bad horror movies and my personal favorite, Tubi originals, which is where I found the movie we're talking about today. Most Tubi movies have a budget of around $500,000, which like is really low, I feel like, for a movie. But I guess I am basing that on like blockbusters and stuff. So didn't like the High School Musical 3 movie have a really high budget, have a higher budget than that though? That being said, it might be considered like low-hanging fruit to make fun of this movie, but however, I don't really care. Now, to be honest, I did start writing the script in the last half hour of watching the movie because it was so fucking boring. So if it seems like I phoned it in the last little chunk, that's my bad. The movie we're going to be talking about today is called Frankie Meets Jack, and it sucks. It sucks so hard. It came out in 2023, even though every single person in the cast seems to be doing a 2014 cosplay, and it's about a guy named Jack, from the title. Anyways, it's about a guy named Jack who falls in love despite being engaged to a girl he's been with for like a bajillion years, like since 5th grade. Which, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of messed up. Right? Hot take, sorry. The movie kind of follows a bunch of other B-plots that really just don't build up in like a satisfying way for the viewer at the end. Even though this movie could have been a full 45 minutes shorter, I feel like I need a second movie that like actually has an apex. That's enough exposition of my own. Let's actually talk about the movie. We'll get into the cold open of this movie later. Just know that it's odd. Just keep that in the back of your mind while you're keep that in the back of your mind while we're watching this video. Cold open, strange. We first meet a girl named Frankie, from the title. Her roommate comes into a room talking about how Frankie is supposed to meet the love of her life today.
You two are meant to be together, and you're gonna finally meet in person. What are you gonna wear?
Sweats, Chucks, you know the drill.
Frankie is automatically established as your average chill girl who just doesn't care about, like, all that makeup and nails. I don't know. Which is awesome. I love when they do that in movies. I love that trope. I really like it. Side note, the sweats, Chucks, you know the drill scene has been a little inside joke between me and my friend Maya. Go subscribe to Maya's channel, by the way, and maybe you'll see a familiar face. Back to the cool girl trope. If you know me, you know that I hate that. That immediately pissed me off. So she goes on this very awkward first date that I don't think gets brought up again. The shots are weird. It's like zoomed in on his face. I don't know. It just felt very unnecessary. I kind of get what they were going for with like this main character is having trouble dating men type of thing. But like, I just didn't feel like it was really hitting the mark and really getting that point across. So our girl Frank just adopted a dog because she had a connection with her ex's dog, and spoiler alert, they broke up. Frankie is having a little bit of trouble connecting with this dog, so they go on a walk, and that's where she meets the man, the myth, My nail fell off. The legend. Jack Attack! It's just the weirdest meet cute scene I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm gonna put my nail back on if you don't mind. Jack's currently engaged to his elementary school sweetheart, Stacy, and she's a pill. She's really picky about their wedding plans, you know, only like the most important day of both their lives. In like the first 10 minutes of him being on screen, he's like, I do not want to marry Stacey. Which made it really weird to me because it feels like there's no stakes. There's nothing we're going towards, you know? Like with this type of movie, usually like, yeah, he's gonna call off his engagement. There's gonna be a dramatic scene in the rain. But like, they don't, in the first 5 minutes go, I'm gonna call off my engagement. And there's gonna be a dramatic scene in the rain. You know what I mean? Also, side note, they're supposed to be the same age, but Jack is clearly a lot older than Stacy. So I looked it up, and the actor that plays Jack is 16 years older than the actress that plays Stacy. That's my whole life, man. That's all of the life I've lived. Also, quick side note, he was in Blossom, so. So, back to the meet cute. Frankie's stupid dog runs into the road, and this hunk of a man saves them. And the sparks are not at all flying. It is awkward as hell. He mansplains dogs and then they go their separate way. This plot also really irritates me because there's a much more interesting plot going on between Frankie's roommate and the front desk girl at the Jack's a veterinarian. He owns like a vet thing, and there's a front desk girl there, and then that girl and Frankie's roommate. Does that mean Frankie and Jack are cousins? Anyways, that B plot just doesn't really get shown, and it sounded more interesting. Also, my favorite character is in one of their scenes.
Where's the gauze at?
I showed you. In the cabinet. In the drawer. Labeled gauze.
Thanks.
Sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah, so I
Where are
was
the
gonna...
gloves at?
That's me if I was in a bad movie. So Jack has a best friend named Boner. Yep. Boner. And there's a scene where Frankie asks Jack about it, because, like, obviously, and Jack implies that Boner chose that name for himself, which is fucking crazy. How did that conversation go? Take your time, man. Okay, here goes nothing. I haven't told any of you this because I don't want you to see me differently. But the truth is, I am. I am different. I pretended like I wasn't because I didn't want to be. I wanted to be like everyone else. I wanted to be like my friends, and I am like you in almost every way. We play D&D late into the night, and we like that old person smell in Mike's basement. We like biking to Melvault for malted milkshakes. And we like getting lost in the woods, and getting lost in family video, arguing about what to rent, and settling on Holy Grail for the millionth time. We like milk duds and our popcorn with extra butter, and we like Coke and Pop Rocks. And we like bike races and trading comics, and NASA and Steve Martin and Lucky Charms. And literally all the same things. I want to go by Boner now. Sorry? It's okay. No, dude, what? I thought you were telling me you're gay. Ew, what? You just did the Stranger Things monologue. What a coincidence, I've never seen it. You called me and said I need to come to your house to watch Stranger Things. We just finished it. That's what that's called? I thought this was The Office. Hey, you're like a more Jim. How do you know if Jim's an Office character? Also, Boner and Jack say they love each other a lot, and I found that kind of wholesome. We never get movies where two best friends just telling each other they love each other. Anyways. Also, for some unexplained reason, Boner is running a... Still so funny. Boner is running a 5K with Jack, and he has no desire to. Every scene these two are in, Jack will be like, alright, Boner, we gotta go run. And Boner is immediately pissed off. Anyway, Frankie eventually finds out that Jack is her vet, which I guess happens before the B plot. And that kind of leads to some awkward interaction. I don't know, I'm bored, I'm asleep. They eventually go on a play date for their dogs, which is basically a date for them, and it's like, yeah, Jack, for sure, dude. Let's not tell Stacey about this. Put her there. I know how earlier I mentioned the cold opening being awkward, and I don't have it in me to explain it, so I'm just gonna show you. Play the clip.
She peed on me.
Oh, do you have to start the story like that?
I tell you, she peed on me.
When he says she, he means Maggie. Maggie the dog. Yeah, and it bothered you so much, you asked me to go dancing immediately. Talk about romance.
Woman, we didn't have any time for romance. My leg was soaking wet.
Captain Romantic.
Yeah. Well, it worked, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, so that goes unexplained for a while until we find out that Frankie is like this weird, ultra-specific journalist, I guess. I don't understand how she has a job. And believe it or not, her next client, Jack and Stacey. We get this weird Disney Channel-ass plot where Frankie pretends to be someone else, I guess. I swear I have seen this in a DCOM before. Okay.
Your love story. Ours is actually really adorable. Jackie here gave me a fruit roll-up in the 6th grade, and it was love ever since.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I was hoping for more specifics.
And Jack obviously finds out that it's her, and they argue. This kind of leads to this dumb anticlimactic fight with Stacey, and so Jack and Stacey have this anticlimactic breakup, which just really, that's the whole movie for you. That's it. We also get another scene with my favorite character. Love that guy. To be honest, for the next 45 minutes, nothing really happens, so I'm going to skip ahead to the end. Also, Boner is pregnant, by the way.
3. We're pregnant.
So Jack is running that 5K with Boner that we've seen throughout the movie, and this isn't super important to the plot, but Boner somehow thinks that they're in first place, but they're on a track. That's a circle. How did he not see people leaving? Anyway, Jack decides then and there that he needs to tell Frankie how he feels. I guess they've hung out like 3 times. It's been a week, whatever. So he decides to run to her from this 5K that they just finished. And I guess Frankie's going to the mountains because her life sucks. Nothing in this movie makes any sense. So Jack runs to this weird thing she's doing for her weird job and suggests they have kids. How long have you known her? You called off your engagement how many hours ago? Think, Jack, think! So yeah, Jack ruins this beautiful ceremony between this couple that's been together for a very long time. And yeah, they live happily ever after. That's it. So yeah, that was Frankie Meets Jack, and while most of the time I was watching it, I was laughing about how bad it was, there were a few times where I did genuinely laugh, and that was the intention. Okay, thanks for watching. Maybe I'll do this again, but let me know if you see any bad movies. I am sorry about how my last video was horizontal. I was not thinking until I was editing, and then I uploaded it, and it looks like if you watch it like a TikTok for 11 minutes, then it's fine. So, let me know what videos you want to see in the future. Whether you want me to bake something horribly again, or talk about movies I don't like. I don't know. I'll probably be posting a variety of stuff. Check out Maya's channel. We're planning to do something together on that channel pretty soon, and I'm very excited about it. She also has she's cool. She's got a cool aesthetic. She's cooler than me. So check her out. Don't stop watching my deuces. Let's go. Video 2 done.